It's mommy messages. I have encouraged people dear and near to me, family and friends, to do a special message with respect to mommies, mothers. So I'll go first. I am going to share a story about my mother growing up, and it kind of describes how she is to this day. When I was 12 years old, I had a boyfriend, and he broke up with me to go with a good friend of mine who was actually a neighbor of mine. And I never forget that summer I was a little depressed because he broke up with me. So I stayed in the house most of the summer and I just read books. My mother loved reading, so we always had a bookcase in the house. Now my mom is or was a single parent. My father was never in my life, so my mother played the role of mother and father. So, but she's an avid reader, and to this day she still reads a lot. So she had a bookcase full of books. Back then it was Harlequin romances. It was all kinds of books about love, mystery, whatever. And that summer I did a lot of reading because I didn't want to be bothered with anybody from my neighborhood. You know, I'm heartbroken at 12. So that summer I was in the house mostly trying to avoid everybody. And so one day my mom was home. My mom worked a lot, so I was primarily home by myself a lot, which was fine with me, and I read my books. So one day she was home and we were cleaning up the house, and so she asked me to take the trash out. And it was during the day. Now it was kind of hot and there wasn't a lot of activity outside, but I still didn't really want to go. I was trying to avoid seeing anybody, you know, especially the ex-boyfriend or my friend at the time. And so my mom, you know, she was like, this trash has to go out. And you know when your mother tells you to do something. It's not like today's children when they have a choice. You know, back then it was no choice. You better do it or suffer the consequences, okay? So I took the trash out. I'm outside. I don't see nobody at first. So I'm coming from the trash can, making my way back to my building. And I hear somebody call my name. I recognize the voice, so I start moving faster. The person, they started running behind me. And so I started running to get away from them. So I get to my building and I knew it was him, it was my ex-boyfriend. And so we are in the building. I don't remember the conversation, but I guess he's upset because I was trying to get away from him. I didn't want to be bothered with him. Like, what do we need to talk about? Don't call my name, call her name. Okay, so look, I'm 12. So I'm giving him a lot of energy. He's giving me like extra aggressive energy. Let me just say this boy, he was a bad boy. This young man was 12, 13 years old and got kicked out of elementary school for beating up the principal. So he was crazy. I don't know. I don't know. We always love a bad boy at 12. So he giving me all this energy, and all of a sudden my mother shows up. She come out of the I didn't even hear her come out the door. She's like in his face, and she like some choice words. She's like, if you don't get your you know, I can't say the words, away from my daughter, it's gonna be some consequences, you know, pretty much. So guess what he does? He backs off and he goes about his way. You know, he doesn't bother me again. But you know what? I remember that memory. It's amazing because when I think about my mom's character, that is my mom. My mom is the kind of parent that is going to fight for her kids. She don't care how big or she don't care how big or bad somebody is. Or she's the one that I'm gonna get in your face. You're not gonna hurt my baby. She is like a tiger taking care of her cubs. So that's how she is now, and especially more so with her grandkids. Okay, so she is the lawyer. She's the one that's going to take the case for the kids if they do something wrong. But my mom is that. She's that kind of person. She's going to fight for me. And I just love her so much. So that's just a memory that I just think about. And I think about her as a mom just being that protective, the bear over her cubs. I love you, Mom. Thank you for always protecting me.
The greatest joy for me in being a mother is being able to watch my daughter come into her own being. More often than not, little girls, when they're growing up, they want to be just like their mother. Their mother is the first person, their first woman crush. Their mother is that first person that they just are in awe of. And with my daughter, especially with her approaching teen years, I learned more and more that she does not want to be like me. She loves me. She does. She looks up to me, but she wants to be like herself. She is a go-getter. She is ambitious and driven and a trendsetter. She's a leader, and she leads with such humility and grace. She inspires, she encourages, she's fearless. She's not afraid to be fearful. She's exciting. Her strength gives me strength. I get to watch this every day, and I am so blessed to say, this is my child.
Nika.
So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. As you can see, it's late and I'm tired, but I wanted to at least do a video and talk about motherhood and my mother. So one thing my mother wanted to instill in her girls is putting God first in everything that we do. So that's something I carry with me to this day, is to put God first in any and everything I do. Whether it's the littlest thing, I always make sure I pray about it before I execute anything. She's also been a great role model and an example of what a woman should be: respecting themselves, working hard, dedicated, motivated. She's all that and above, and I love her so much. She's shown me so much in life, which I have trickled on to my son, and just being the best mom I can, with her as being an example for me. And I appreciate that. Her and my grandmother definitely have been big factors into the woman I am today. And a little bit about motherhood. Motherhood is really one of those, it's like a roller coaster. Some days you're high, some days you're low. So you just got to take the good with the bad, and just know at the end of the day is to be there for your child and to be their rock. They need you. That you have to being a mother is selfless. It's just giving them love and everything they need. You have to just be mindful of what you do and what you say, because they are watching you. You are their role model. You are their example. So that's one thing I can say with motherhood. And I love my son to death, so I just think it's really a fantastic experience that every woman should experience in life.
To be continued.